CDQ Drop a Dime production.
The following program is rated TV MALV. It contains strong language and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
What Western Christians call persecution in the United States and Europe doesn't come close to this. "20 young girls butchered and shot to death, and 18 young boys burnt to death by a jihadist group of Islamic extremists."
Tragic news from half a world away caught our attention. It's a story that is difficult to report because it's about children in Uganda. At 10 p.m. on June 16th, Christian students at the Mpondwe Secondary Boarding School prepared for bedtime. One neighbor said she heard the children singing a gospel song before sleep. But suddenly murderous mayhem erupted as they were attacked in their beds by machete-wielding rebels, members of the Allied Democratic Forces. But the ADF is anything but democratic. They are brutal and evil Islamic State-affiliated terrorists. Witnesses overheard them shout Allahu Akbar as they proceeded to slaughter 41 people, including 37 children. 6 children were kidnapped. Male students were locked inside their dormitory and burned alive as the building was set afire. Mpondwe is a Ugandan border town beside the Democratic Republic of Congo. Based in the DRC's North Kivu province, the ADF crossed over the border and launched their planned attack against that Ugandan school.
The mostly Christian student body at the Mpondwe Secondary School was reportedly singing gospel songs before the deadly attack at the hands of suspected Islamic State militants. With the Allied Democratic Forces, a group based in the Democratic Republic of Congo, according to the BBC. An individual identified as a survivor told Morning Star News, an outlet covering global persecution, what unfolded when the assailants arrived on campus. A militant reportedly said, "This school is propagating Christianity in Uganda and getting support from Christians in the West. Islam should be the dominant religion in Uganda."
For these mothers, the wait for answers outside the hospital mortuary is unbearable. Their children are missing. The fear that they are among close to 40 students killed in a nighttime raid by suspected rebels as they slept. Some were burnt beyond recognition, others shot or killed with machetes after militants attacked their school in Mpondwe, in a remote corner of Uganda, close to the border with the Democratic Republic of Congo. The military have reported that 6 others were taken by the attackers to carry food stolen from the stores.
Ours, we have not yet identified whether is among those ones who were taken or is among those who were burnt. So we are still waiting for results from the government and from the medical officers.
The Allied Democratic Forces is being blamed for the massacre, an extremist group which has been launching attacks from volatile eastern Congo for many years. There's frustration that the children weren't better protected.
Just last week, our neighbors were attacked and many people were killed. The security here told us not to fear, that because the border is secured. Where was this security when these killers came to Uganda? Where was the security?
1 guard and 2 local residents are also reported to have been killed in the deadly raid. 8 other people are said to be critically ill in hospital. And now the race is on to rescue the children taken across the border. Emma Birchley, Sky News.
Reminder: pray for our brothers and sisters in Africa.
Folks, a year and a half ago, after a bombing in Kampala, the machine gun preacher, missionary Sam Childers, warned us that the ADF would spread more terror throughout the region.
They just want to try to take over the country. I believe that they want to put a threat there so maybe they can get some leeway. They're almost cowardless, thoughtless, loveless people, all they want to do is kill. And it reminds me of Joseph Kony.
As he did in response to Joseph Kony and the Lord's Resistance Army, President Museveni has pledged to send Uganda's UDF troops to the border region to defeat the ADF. I interviewed Museveni and many of the LRA victims years ago in Uganda, and it took 20 years to defeat Kony and the LRA. Uganda will need help if the country is to be successful this time. Donald Trump, American troops, and allies defeated the Islamic Caliphate in Syria. But ISIS splinter groups are now operating worldwide, especially in Africa. If the United States can help Ukrainians in their struggle against Russia, why not help our African ally, Uganda? We must do what we can to prevent more innocent Ugandan children from being slaughtered in their beds at night in the name of Allah. Well, that's it today from the Global Lane.
As the Apostle Paul asked for prayer and safety, that the work of Christ be not hindered, so I ask you, my brothers and sisters in the Lord, do the same for our extended families in Africa and around the world, for those living in a predominant non-Christian country. Finally, brethren, pray for us that the word of the Lord may have free course and be glorified, even as it is with you, and that we may be delivered from unreasonable and wicked men, for all men have not faith. My prayers, thoughts, and condolences go out to the families for your loss. But remember, to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. May God, through Jesus Christ, continue to heal your broken hearts. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Thank you for watching, and may God both bless and keep you safe.